The battle for the planet's future is intensifying as young climate activists, fresh off their historic courtroom victory against the state of Montana, are now taking their fight to a federal level. These passionate youths and their legal teams, having already made headlines by winning a groundbreaking global warming case, are urging a federal judge to halt President Donald Trump's executive orders that aggressively promote fossil fuel development. But here's where it gets controversial. This clash isn't just about environmental policies. It's a constitutional showdown about the rights of future generations versus the energy ambitions of today's government. Beginning Tuesday, a crucial two-day hearing is unfolding in Missoula, Montana. The young plaintiffs and their expert witnesses are set to argue that Trump's push for expanded drilling and mining operations, while simultaneously discouraging renewable energy sources like solar and wind, poses a growing and immediate threat, not just to natural ecosystems, but directly to children and the broader planet. They contend that these actions by the Trump administration fuel global warming in ways that violate their fundamental constitutional rights to a safe and livable environment. This case could have far-reaching effects, far beyond the activists' earlier victory in 2023. That previous win saw a Montana state court criticize government officials for approving fossil fuel projects without considering the severe impacts of climate change they would cause. However, experts caution that their chances in federal court might be slimmer. The original legal success rested heavily on a specific clause in Montana's state constitution that guarantees citizens the right to a clean and healthful environment. Unfortunately for the plaintiffs, the U.S. Constitution lacks any comparable language, making their federal challenge more complex. David Dana, a law professor at Northwestern University, sums it up well. Federal law doesn't really offer much support for these groups. Meanwhile, federal attorneys from the Department of Justice, backed by 19 states plus Guam, are pushing for Judge Dana Christensen to dismiss the case outright. It's important to note that this isn't the first time the environmental group Our Children's Trust, representing the young activists, has waged this fight. Their previous federal lawsuit in Oregon lasted a decade, but ultimately ended this year with the U.S. Supreme Court rejecting their case. Despite the uphill battle, lead attorney Andrea Rogers remains hopeful. She emphasizes that the Constitution does protect fundamental rights to life and liberty, which she argues should extend to protecting people from the dangerous consequences of climate change. We're urging the court to apply long-standing legal principles concerning the right to life and liberty, Rogers explained. The personal stories from the young plaintiffs are particularly powerful. A 19-year-old from California plans to tell Judge Christensen about the health hazards wrought by wildfire smoke. A Montana 17-year-old will describe how Trump's policies have obstructed her efforts to bring electric buses to her school. Meanwhile, a 20-year-old Oregon student attending college in Florida will explain how the administration's fossil fuel agenda could lead to more intense hurricanes and wildfires. Extreme climate disasters caused by fossil fuel pollution follow me wherever I go, said Avery McCrae, the Oregon college student, in a court declaration. In total, 22 young people from Montana and other states are involved in this new federal lawsuit, though only those from Montana participated in the 2023 trial. This case follows a similar pattern. Plaintiffs spend time on the stand detailing how worsening fires degrade the air quality they inhale, while drought and declining snowpacks reduce rivers that sustain agriculture, wildlife, and outdoor recreation. At the heart of this issue is carbon dioxide, emitted when fossil fuels are burned. This gas traps heat in the atmosphere, making it the main driver of the planet's rising temperatures. Notably, neither the federal government nor the allied states plan to present any witnesses in court. Montana's Attorney General spokesperson, Amanda Brainac, said state officials are defending the public's energy security against what they see as threats from the lawsuit. Even if this case ends in defeat for the activists, It could shine a spotlight on what many perceive as Trump's inadequate response to climate change, says Jonathan Adler, a climate law expert from William and Mary Law School. These battles play out not only in legal settings, but also in the court of public opinion, Adler remarked. Last year, Montana's Supreme Court upheld the earlier trial ruling, but in a state dominated by Republicans eager to expand fossil fuel extraction, tangible changes have been limited. Just recently, the Montana Public Service Commission turned down an environmental petition, which had cited the 2023 ruling requesting climate change be considered in energy project approvals. Governor Greg Gianforte said in an interview that while the state is committed to obeying the law and protecting the environment, it also needs to secure more electricity, including from fossil fuels. We have a responsibility both constitutionally and morally to protect the environment, he said. But that responsibility isn't at odds with producing electricity. We need to use a mix: fossil fuels, coal, gas, oil, hydro, wind, and even possibly nuclear energy. This ongoing clash invites a critical question. In the face of urgent climate threats, should constitutional rights evolve to protect future generations more explicitly? Or do current legal and political frameworks still unnecessarily favor fossil fuel development over environmental sustainability? Where do you stand on this contentious balance between energy security and climate justice? Share your thoughts below and join the conversation.